Fade in.
Greetings, fellow beings. Welcome to the Friday pre-flight number, 137. 137 Fridays for the pre-flight show. Just a few missed because of travels and things like that. And then the occasional special edition on a Friday, which is usually done from a location that's not here. I'm having a lot of fun today. This is a wonderful Friday. I hope all of you feel the same way. I am a slave to being on time. And therefore, here I am. There are many things that people call me for being all about being on time, and that's fine. Doesn't bother me at all. We are live on Twitter. Hello, Twitter. We are live on Rumble. Hello, Rumble. And of course, here on YouTube. And if you haven't hit the equivalent of a thumbs up, please do so. It really will help. Let's say hi to each and every one of you that have rolled in here early. I know this is a very early start. I know there are a lot of other shows that are still wrapping up, and that's fine. Lots of competition for attention. That's true. This is an attention economy, by the way, or at least that's what they try to tell us. You have to offer something of value, which I do try to do. And so for those of you that got here early, like John Sapola, thanks for being here. Good to see you. There's my wrench, Darren Hughes. Great to see you. Hemorrhoid Hertz is getting some good food together. Bacon, eggs, fried tomato, and an espresso. A paint stripper. My goodness. Well, I think I'm ready. Well, it's good to see you. 8 homemade alcoholic ginger beers. Yoo-hoo. All right. We got some folks on Rumble. Darren checking over there. We got, unfortunately, Odyssey did not work for this show. I tried again, and it said, nah. So we're not live on Odyssey. Sorry. Apologies. But I do have Stingy and Dogs here. Happy long weekend to my American cousins. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend yourself. Pretty excited. The question here is OC Gigan saying, hey, do you play games? I do. What games are you currently playing? Playing a lot of games right now. I'm playing the 2022 version of MLB The Show. That's on the PlayStation 5. I'm playing... Fallout 4 occasionally. On the PC, I'm playing through Cyberpunk 2077. I have been playing through some Hogwarts that I actually did a stream on over on my gaming channel, which I really don't use much anymore. It's just there to be there. And hopefully this weekend I get to start playing the new Zelda game. So there you are. But I like playing games. They're a lot of fun. Unlike some people in the cultural space, the pop culture commentary space, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing games. I really don't. As long as you're not wasting time when you should be doing something else, that's a different thing. But much like anything, everything in moderation, and you should be fine. Trinoculus P is here. It's great to see you, Trinoculus. I hope you're doing well. I just noticed that I've got the wrong background up. My goodness. Where's my wine glass? I'm doing a bad job today. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. Much better. And a special thanks to the Americans that were lost. That's right. The ultimate sacrifice. Some gave, all gave. I forget how the saying goes. I can't. Yeah. Many gave all. No, all gave some, and some gave all. Something like that. But yeah. If this is a weekend that you can honor family members that were lost to wars to protect freedom, it's a good thing. Oftentimes find family members gravestones adorned with flowers on days like today. Captain Phantom Nerd is out there. We got Jillian in the house. Great to see you, dear. Love it. Cash is here. What's up, Cash? Going to see you in Dallas in a couple of weeks. We've got our buddy Jason over there at Sci-Fi for Me TV. Looks like he's got his garden growing. Scapegoat, what's going on? Let's see who else popped in the door. Darth Plato's here for their daily dose of vitamin CC. Thank you for that. And Snacks is here. What's up, Snacks? Check out Snacks and Comics. Snacks and Friends channel. Lots of fun. I like puppets. Maybe you guys didn't know that. We got Weatherman here. Good to see you. There's the talented Andy Masterson. Our friend Adam is here. There's the men's room. Hope you're doing well. I'm supposed to be on Lil Chad's show at some point today. I don't know. I don't see Lil Chad. Oh, there it is. Here it is. There we go. There's Lil Chad. Games can be fun if they're good, and Zelda is apparently great. Yes, that's what I'm hearing. I got to get started on it. I've been spending so much time in the greenhouses, and now I'm laying out a new greenhouse. Lots and lots of work. And hopefully I get those up in DIY video form, guys, on the DIY channel, because I haven't put anything up there in a long time, and I've been neglecting it. I should get back to it. Brettermeyer, how's it going? There's the lovely Elizabeth Young, Cocho Dragon. Let's see. The lovely Tina Bojan. It's great to see you, dear. I hope you're doing well. All gave some, and some gave all. That's what I was looking for. Thank you, little Chad. And speaking of giving all, we've got our good friend WG hitting us with 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, WG. Appreciate it. It was great seeing you in the chat last night over on Comics Division's channel. I hope everybody got a chance to stop by, or at least watch that on the replay, because it was fire. A lot of fun over there. Borderline conversations and all. We've got, but in honor of that, and I want to say thank you, I'm going to play this one.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but, it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
Yeah, and your mom is pretty. So there you go. Yeah, thank you for that, HM. Yeah, I screwed it up. I always do. All gave some and some gave all. Yeah, I know. Reject the wine glass, embrace big space. Yeah. Cast me out in the void. The 199. Thank you, Blue Tiger. Good to see you. There's Jason Fox. Hope you're doing well, brother. I'll try and figure out a way to hang out with you soon. You stream at weird times. Yagnomino, what's going on? Yeah, you do honor the veterans that we lost on this day. Not all veterans. Yeah, that's the weird thing, right? We have Veterans Day, then you honor all veterans. Memorial Day is about mourning those that we lost and honoring them. And like I said, there are many days where I find military service family members that were lost. I find their graves adorned with flowers. So there you are. Oh no, you're fine, and it's fine. Midnight's Edge, everybody will filter in slowly. I'm no worries, sir. I usually say hi to people, so it takes a minute. Shrap's here, good to see you. There's the lovely Becky Brown. Hope you're doing well, dear. Please keep me up to date on that situation that you messaged me about. Mad about Header, how's it going? I still love that. How am I today? I'm incredible. How are you? I'm doing great. This is a one. I love Fridays, guys. I hope you know that. I really do. I enjoy this. Get to have a long form conversation with you regularly because sometimes bonus times hit and miss. Like I can do like a 15 minutes or I can do a half an hour. Did 90 minutes yesterday, which was a little longer than I planned. But yeah. I like getting good games cheap. Snagged Breath of the Wild. That's fantastic. Yeah, you can get the older games cheaper indeed. I love Breath of the Wild still. I go back and play that too. It's such a great game. Humor and Waffles. Good to see you, my friend. Got Dragon Master 3. 60 here. A paranoid android. Evening all. Finally got some free time on this fine Friday evening. Well, welcome. It's good to see you again, my friend. Dermy Wormy shot me $5. Says, hail culture. Hail chat. TGIF. Indeed. Getting ready for workout after work. Oh, wow. Hashtag back taco. Not sure what that is. I could speculate, but I'm not gonna. But I am going to say thanks in the form of a puppet saying thanks. Yeah.
Wow. It's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So, thanks.
Yeah. Jason says, see, we end our show with plenty of time for people to get over here. Well, thank you for that, Jason. Sci-Fi for Me TV is one of those channels that I tune into regular, whether live or on the replay, because I always get information that I can count on as journalistically accurate for the most part, with brilliant humans there all the time. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz is here. Great to see you. Just returned from the Philippines, where I met up with my uncle, who is one of the last WW2 survivors, 96 years old. Wow. Congratulations. And that's wonderful. I really hope that was an enjoyable trip. I have to figure out a way to get to that part of the world. I had a massive Asian vacation plan for my 50th birthday, and then we got COVID. I mean, the whole planet got it. So it just made that trip go away, which was a bummer. But that's awesome. I'm grateful for his service. John Puma's here. Good to see you. There's Dragon Bricks. Or as Kamala Harris said, enjoy the long weekend. No. Utters, you guys. Yeah, that's for the big ones. Big chat. That's for the big chats. Playing Tears of the Kingdom now. Fantastic. What do you think? Got to a boss the other day. It was killing me in one hit. It's amazing how one upgrade of armor and one meal reduced the damage to half a heart. Wow. I'm going to have to... That's the other thing that I didn't enjoy was the addition of the meal thing, but it's fine. Yeah. You had 9 hearts? Good criminy. Nine heart one shot. Man, doesn't sound like fun. All right. Let's get to it, folks. Thanks for being here. I appreciate all of you. And I want to talk about some subjects. We're 13 minutes in. Just saying hi to you all. Like, of course, Black Saber. Yeah. All right, let's get started. We're gonna start with Little Mermaid, because that's all the rage since it is opening weekend, and supposedly it did well in the previews. And I mean, in comparison to a film that released 4 years ago, which was Aladdin, their last live action that was successful. I guess that's kind of true, that it is successful. They were able to get $10.3 million in domestic previews. But the outlook internationally is very muted. at $80 million, but we'll focus in on the domestic for now. And Sean Robbins is doing a pretty good job with this, although sometimes he misses on the numbers, let's be fair, but so do I. So there you go. But $10.3 million, that included an $850,000 ad from Wednesday's limited early access screenings, which I know a lot of people got a chance to see. 47% ahead of Aladdin's $7 million opening. Well, a lot of things factor into that. And that $10.3 million intro into the frame, adjusted for inflation, may not be 47%. And that's the problem, is inflation hit pretty hard from 4 years ago. Seriously, 2019 was a different year. Ticket prices were at least 20% less, if not more. Not to mention the fact that the acceleration of price increases for premium large format screens are even beyond that of inflationary adjustments. So it's an entirely different ball game. It still got beat out by Minions. The Minions film this last year, Minions had 10.8 million from previews. They, for whatever reason, think that it's headed for a 4-day, $120 million open. Maybe. There are independent models that say it's 130 million plus. Maybe. But this film will not have any legs, and it has too much competition for it to go long. It just won't. So there's a lot of negative press on this, and we'll jump into that here in just a second. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think we're looking at a $130 million opening weekend? I don't think so. And while you're thinking about that, I'm going to hit the super chat from my good friend Bama Grad, just to say thank you, sir. I'm very grateful for all that you've done for everybody, and it was wonderful to meet you in person, and I can't wait to do it again. So I hope that I see you soon in Florida or wherever it is we can connect one more time. So, but for a $10 super chat, Bama Grad says, "Hail Culture, do you consider ticket pre-sales as an indication of initial fan interest versus showing normie interest?" I think pre-sales indicate that you have dedicated fans. You need the dedicated fans and not just the normies to make films quite successful. So yes, that's what I do consider, that if a film's going to go big, pre-sales matter, because the fans need to be engaged, and they're going to be your biggest promotional window. Believe it or not, your best shot at getting a movie in front of somebody outside of, the regular ad tech way to do it is in previews. The second best way to get people engaged in a film is because the fans go word of mouth on it. So we'll see. And that's why there's an artificial reason for the way that Rotten Tomatoes is structured now, is to try to promote that word of mouth, which is complete baloney sausage. And we'll get to that in just a minute, because I brought them up to talk about it. But let's see. The second part of this is positive word of mouth generally draws out the normies and can save a movie. And that's exactly what it is. This is 100% right. I'm with you. Pre-sales get you your fans. The fans then in turn make the film. They just do. And I appreciate the super chat, my friend. And you know what? People like this one. And I can say thank you, Democrat.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
Yeah, and once again, thank you, Bama Grad. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. Something does smell fishy with the numbers. That's true. They need this thing to do well. They really do. Thank you, Saltzilla. Hey, what's up, George Bondy? Good to see you. LOL. Mermaid has no legs. That's true. Thank you, Scapegoat. Weatherman. No. Did you hear about Target boycott? I did a video on Target today or yesterday. If you guys want to see a video that breaks it all down and has a conversation around the actual issues that are there, do check that out. I had to go back and review it to make sure I was factually accurate, and it was. It always troubles me when I say something that's inaccurate. I always like to have a correction available. And Meat and Bamhammer says, "I'm continually amazed at how awful live action Mermaid looks." Well, apparently it's worse in person. especially in a large format. And I get that from people who've seen it. Yeah. Jason, I'm with you. 110. I think it's going to come up short. They're definitely going to have to adjust the models. So I'm not sure that pre-sales mean necessarily that Disney bought them up, but Disney does buy some in order to open things. And, they distribute them to, let's say, radio stations and places like that where they partner. Hey, Jeff Pearson's over on Rumble. Good to see you. And for those of you on Twitter, hi. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see you because, I can see that you're there. I just can't chat with you because there's no chat built into Twitter yet. They need to work on that. The theater near me had auditoriums in both 3D and digital formats, nearly sold out at all matinee times and one of the evening screenings. That's interesting. Good to hear, Elizabeth. If you want this film to succeed, yeah. It's good for the film. I just don't think it's going to have legs, and it's too long to get theaters turned over, like cycled through. That's the other problem with making films over 2 hours. You're like robbing your box office. Hey, Smilex, good to see you. You didn't miss very much. I said hi to a lot of people like I'm saying hi to you right now, and then we started talking about Little Mermaid. Hey, Dead Man, good to see you, my friend. Hey, Morb, what's up? Morb357, good to see you. Wonderful to see you. We've got Daryl Brewer here as well. Good to see you. No, you don't smell fishy, Smilex. It's the numbers on that thing. Yeah. Black Saber for $2 says raise the race baiting deflector shields. Well, yeah. And oftentimes when things are going to be received poorly, that's exactly what they do. And it's disappointing, and it's a playbook item, and we can call it out every time they do it. How about just make a good thing? If you make a good thing, you don't have to raise the shields. You don't have to, send out the sacrifice, right, Black Saber? Yeah. Oh, you get the fun one.
Wow. See why I only did $2. Huh.
Yeah. Mr. Buttcrack Media, how's it going? Says, hail Culture and the chat. Good to see you. Jerry Mendoza, what's up? And my buddy, John Platt from across the pond. Good to see you. Oh, Read by Nature's here. Look at this. The Little Mermaid will be fine this weekend because of normies, unfortunately. Maybe. We'll see. I'll take nothing for granted. What's up, Toxic Dust? Yes, bologna sausage. Bologna sausage! That's right, Tiki of Doom. Some people are saying under 100. Wow. If that's the case, then the film's in big trouble. Big trouble. Yeah. It's got to make 100 million this weekend because it's only going to make 80 million internationally. Can you imagine it opening under 200 million global on the best weekend, the best shot it's got? Be crazy. Little Mermaid won't have legs. No, it won't. All right. Pinochet's helicopter tour for $5 says, I hope there is some way a GameStop, AMC, Wall Street bet stunt can be pulled off by people to hurt Disney more with the Hulu sale, a reverse AB boycott. Well, they're stuck. Here's the weirdest thing. Okay, so if what we talked about over on the Pro show yesterday is accurate, and I have no reason to believe not, because Pro, Jonas, everybody was doing their homework in the back. Obviously, Mike Mexican Iron Man knows his stuff. VR knows his stuff. When we're all having these conversations behind the scenes, and they're largely the same. Like, how is this going to work out? How is this financially viable? How, it's not. And again, the value for Hulu is in the content. But if Comcast can take their ball and go home, and this actually is going to be a video next week on the channel, they're starting their own big time streaming service on top of Peacock. If they take their ball and go home and put it on their new streaming platform, how's it going to work out for Disney? All that value, which was in the content, gets stripped out. What's left? Some Fox stuff you're ashamed of because you're misogyny and other reasonings. And some some of your own stuff people are largely tired of and are only targeted at a specific audience, you're cannibalizing all of your offerings on linear distribution, whether it be cable, satellite, or even over the air. ABC's become quite the joke. I don't know, Disney. I don't know. It'd be interesting. I imagine there's a way to leverage this. I'll think about it. Maybe I can think about it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, Pinochet. You get one of these. You got one. You like one of these? Get one of these.
Your kindness knows no bounds. Except for whatever $sign you chose to stop at.
Morb says, I've heard the movie is not good. So have I. And kids have a hard time sitting through it due to being long run time. Yes. Anecdotally, I'm hearing the same things, Morb. So I think, yeah, I think everybody's going to be in lockstep on what the problems with this film are. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mecca? Mech 1164. Wonder how much fortifying Disney can afford to save this intersectional fish story. I don't know. Not much. We were talking about it the other day, and I mean they only have like about $280 million in free cash flow. That's not a lot. Hence the, ultimately over 12,000 people they'll be laying off. Because let me tell you, last round of layoffs are going to happen right before end of quarter. The next quarter of the summer's end, and that'll be out of the parks, which is probably going to be all right since they really are not pulling the same attendance numbers in the parks over the summer, which is really freaking weird. Yeah, very odd. Six, thank you, Six. Six is the best. Don't you love Six's voice? She doesn't talk enough. Gotta get her back on the Late Show. There's Daryl Brewer. What's going on? Yeah, anything over 90 minutes is rough on kids. 2 hours and 15 minutes? No, thank you. Morgan King, what's up? Oh, you're headed to Missouri. All right, be safe. Have a safe trip, Dadman Walking, and much love, because I know what that means. Safe travels indeed, Daryl Brewer. Indeed. 11 Alphas here. Good to see you. There's Steliato. Great to see you. I should put up a poll. I don't know what I would poll, though. No mermaid for me. Yeah, none for me. I'm kind of tempted, though, not because I want to see the film, but because I want to be able to speak from a more informed position. It's hard to comment on a film if you haven't seen it, right? Just you want to be fair about something. You want to have more information. I can comment on it from the financials, from whether or not it's trending, from projections. I can do that without seeing something. I can listen to anecdotal references and everything else that others make and kind of form an opinion off that. But to be truly give something a fair chance, I have to see it. And then it becomes one of the films I saw it, so you don't have to, which is fine. I can do a review on it, but more compelling for me is that I want to be able to talk with Paul Chato about this because, I respect him very much, greatly. He's a good man, great YouTuber, worlds and loads of experience that I don't possess, and I don't agree with him. I think the motivations behind these films are in no way good. I think almost all the motivations behind these films are bad. But without seeing the film, how would I be able to move on from that? Right? Let me try to block this element again. I don't know what's going on. Try that again. I'm trying to block the element on my side because I have a very specific targeted ad blocking thing. And yeah, well, I just want to show you the Bloomberg thing. That's what I want to do because it's rather scathing. I'll just show you the headline. I really wanted to read the whole article to you, but to be fair, they want me to subscribe. Little Mermaid 2023 review. It's not better down there where it's wetter. It's not. Disney flops as it tries to wring more money out of its undersea treasure. This is an image caught still of being underwater. The bird can't breathe underwater, folks. It doesn't have gills. Can't talk underwater. And yet, there you go. Right? But this thing just gets destroyed. Right? So here's an inescapable fact that's been known by humans ever since they were bold enough to sail the seven seas. When you drag something from underwater to the surface, it ends up a limp, bedraggled mess. Whenever mermaids breach the surface of an ocean in a live-action remake of Little Mermaid, this bears out. It's usually awkward, cringeworthy, or even laugh out loud ridiculous when poor King Triton bobs out of the water in what's supposed to be an emotionally powerful scene. He bears all the noble heft of a plastic king from the Burger King commercials. Scathing. Yeah. And a lot of people are going to stay home and watch the original rather than watch this. 11 Alpha says, I think TLM's box office could be more spread out as families take children during the weekdays rather than packing it all into the first weekend, possibly. The Thursday numbers mixed with the Wednesday preview, which was almost $1 million, $850,000, do indicate that this may have some early earnings. If it spreads out like that, it's a completely different thing. It's an incredibly expensive film. And let's not forget that it's not being received well by everyone. One of the ways Rotten Tomatoes is structured now is to mislead the audience. It just is. That's fine. I mean, they're beholden to to studios, I should say, not theaters. But look, when you see this, look at the critic reviews, 67%. Look, the audience reviews, 95%. Sure, but no. Top critics, and I pointed this out over on Midnight's Edge earlier, 46%. 56 top critic reviews. That's a lot. 46%. Right? Then we go to all audience, right? Because verified audience, a lot of bots mixed in there, a lot of generic conversation in there, a lot of best movie ever. Verified audience member. Okay. You go to all audience, though, 48%. Oh, it's review bombing. Well, you know what? Review bombing works on both sides of the equation, which is why, again, it's fair to look at this and extrapolate from there. Rarely are these two numbers this close together. Rarely. I don't know. If you read the reviews too, the things that they say are fresh, it's like lots of backhanded compliments. And the only thing positive they say is Halle Bailey's performance is great. All right. Maybe so. Like you said, haven't seen it. And this is true because even the best for films, but even the best reviews for this film don't compare. It just doesn't. And once again, I want to say thanks to WG for gifting 5 CultureCasino memberships earlier. M Tax Shark is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Black Sabers, I'm rooting for the fish chef from the original Mermaid cartoon at this point. There you go. What's up, Christopher Dominguez? What's the opposite of woke? Slept. No, I think awake. Are you woke or awake? Good question. Man, Target stepped in it. We're gonna get to them later. We're gonna get to them later. Oh, there it is. The opposite of woke is awake. Yeah, thank you, Darren. I didn't even see that. Read your mind. I really expect this will be one bad timing for the release of TLM because you've got Spider-Verse, Transformers, and Flash coming out. Then you have still have Flash X and Mario and Guardians. Yeah, this was really dumb. I mean, look, Disney used to be much better at windowing, and they're very aggressively releasing films right now. And they were not even considering that there would be a writers, directors, and screen actors guild strike incoming. Of course, they knew that was going to happen. This is silly, dumb, and like I've said today on the 6 Minute Daily, Thunderbolts has been put on pause. I don't think it's going to get made. We'll see, but it's been paused. Looky! If you guys not seen the amazing work that Mike XRL7 did with Corey Harrison, my buddy, the Sir Talks a Lot. He's so talented. They did an incredible audio track and music video called Puppet. So you have to go to XRL7's channel, watch the clip for free, and then it's worth it. Oh, it's so worth it. And then you can actually get the song on Bandcamp today. I watched this video this morning like 4 times because I loved it. Good to see you, man. You know, Mike said I might do some voice work with him someday. That'd be a lot of fun. He's got quality people doing voices. Oh man, he's so talented with the pixel art too. Good gravy. When I grow up, I want to be Mike. Yeah. Ram Bam 3000. Good to see you. Oh my goodness, Spaceship Vampire. There's a lot of people saying no mermaid. Yeah, that Scuttlebutt song is a banger. No. No. Torture or insightful? Well, yeah. All right, this is a good idea. I'll put the poll up because you guys want it. I'll do it. Start a poll. All right. What will little, yeah. Mermaid open to wary. Oops, that's supposed to be a question mark. That did not work well. Over. Let's use their numbers. Over 120 million domestic. My goodness. I need 6. I need somebody to do this. All right, over 120 million domestic or under 120 million. Bam. I'm going to give you a third option too. I don't care. Bam. Holes in the field. All right. Have at it, guys. All right. Let's see. What did Mick say? Oh, there it is. Hey. There it is. There's the poll. It's a dorkfish. Yes, Shrap 3D it is. Larry, the name's so nice you say it twice. Larry. Made. That's right. Or wait, here's the button.
Bruh.
There you go. There. This is why I like getting the preview screening invites. I can do the job without paying for the ticket. Yeah, I wish I could scam somebody into letting me do that again. Someday I'll launch a website, just do Culture Casino news, and y'all can go there, and then I can use my own stories, pull from myself. That didn't sound right. But yeah, use my own stories and generate revenue there, I guess. I really don't like dropping ads on people. Maybe I'll just make it free. Who knows? But do that, and then be maybe labeled as press, film critic. There you go. All Disney animated to live action films should be allowed as long as they are exclusively made by Bollywood. That might work. It'd be better looking. Remade for agenda, yeah. Yeah, 2 hours and 15 minutes is way too long. Is it moist down there? Wow. Chum is fun, says Black Saber. You guys. Davinia, it's a flop. You bet. Theliato says, it's a magic talking bird. You can already buy a mermaid. Why not a water-breathing bird? Yeah, some Disney fan. Some Disney stan, indeed. I don't get it. I really don't. Culture was the beard double for the Burger King. If you could see, so on my phone, somebody, one of the memers, very early on in my career, memed my face on the Burger King guy, and it looks amazing. I'll have to share that picture again out there, and I have to remember who did it for me because it was brilliant, genius. Look at this, Jillian N sends a $5 super chat saying, I thought someone dropped a large amount super chat for you to see and review The Little Mermaid. If it wasn't that movie, which one was it? Oh, Barbie, the Barbie movie. Yeah, that was Captain Fandom Nerd. Yeah, formerly Captain Trek. He's just the captain to me. Although he doesn't put his foot up on a cask of rum. There's that. But thank you for the $5 super chat, Jillian. And you know what? You rock.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
Thank you again, Jillian. Just another red shirt. Hail, Mr. Shirt. Good to see you. We've got widely reviewed, widely reviled. That's right. Indeed, Davinia. I'm more excited for Meg 2. Yeah. Wow. That's wow. Telling. Verified shills. Look, all you have to do is buy a ticket through Fandango, and then you're verified. So even if you're a bot, you're a bot. You're a bot. You're a bot, B-O-U-G-H-T, bot, B-O-T, a bot. A bot. A bot. I need help. Oh, that's one of my favorite songs. Oh, little China girl. Bowie. Okay. Even if I respect a person's opinion in general, I still have to see it to read it for myself, to have an informed opinion. Yep. I don't follow the herd on anything. Yeah. And that's, I guess we come from, or cut from the same cloth in that manner. It's just really, really hard. I mean, anecdotal evidence aside, and when I see it, I say it. Hey, what's up, Jay Price? Smilex. When I grew up, I want to be CultureCasino. No, you probably don't. But hey, you know what? You're an otter. I respect the grind. By the way, I love otters. The otter feed on my phone is ridiculous. It's like kitties and puppies. I mean, it's like, that it reduces your blood pressure, makes you feel better. So, yeah. The opposite of woke is rational. Yeah. Dermy Wormy for another $5 says, whenever I look at movie scores you use Rotten Tomatoes, Metacritic, and IMDb. Helps show what people actually think. It does. Yeah, and I want to know what the cinema score is for this film with people walking out, to be fair. To be fair. But thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. You get I'm gonna play the $3 one because I don't get to play very often.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street, but instead you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Indeed. And somebody was incredibly generous, and I didn't see it in the chat. Jen is actually the person who did this. 10 CultureCasino memberships gifted. Thank you so very much, Jen. And it is a great song. It is. I'm so grateful to you guys. You don't even know. You don't know how it feels Thank you very much, Jen, for the 10 Culture Casino memberships. You get a. How about some cheese?
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Thanks so very much, Jen. I know the people that receive the memberships are very grateful as well. And our motto around here is all names green. That's right. I think the person that coined that is Jillian, to be fair. Thank you, Jen. I do appreciate it. We got Mexican Iron Man coming in hot for another $9.99. This is probably going to cause me some harm, I would imagine. New show, Culture Under the Sea. Culture travels the world on a yacht, and each new destination jumps in the ocean, holding his breath while blindfolded. The twist: his ankle is chained to an anchor. LOL. I love Mike very, very much. Mike, there's a member stream on Saturday, tomorrow. I'm going to post that this afternoon or this evening for many of you. His ankle's chained to an anchor. I'm not really excited about this, Mike. It sounds bad for me. And I do have decent, lung capacity. And I have been free diving on many occasions. I love to snorkel and really love scuba diving. But this seems like a high chance of death for me. Do I at least get some lock picks to unchain myself from the anchor? Keep brainstorming, my friend. Yeah, keep it up. Thank you. Rambam 3000 says he just saw Little Mermaid up on YouTube already? Really? Like this version? Or something different? That would be really bad news for Disney if it's already up. Thanks for the £2 super chat, Rambam 3000. If that's the case, that's really, really bad for them. I'm going to play you the Dutch one since you're paying me in pounds sterling. Although that's not Dutch. If it was a euro, it'd be different, but I'm still going to play it.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
There you go. A coupon day or something. My Instagram feed is full of French bulldogs for some reason. Well, there you go. I love it. Blackia, what's going on? China Girl is actually an Iggy Pop song? It was written by Iggy Pop and David Bowie. And it was re-recorded by Bowie. For whatever reason, I did not know that. Thank you. Executive producer Sol Leibowitz, everyone. Thank you. You learn something new every day. This is why I love this audience. Hi, Six. Six is great. Look at the little otters. Oh, guys, take a look at the Chatto FNT picture. It's funny as heck. Oh boy. You guys want to look at that? Let's see if I can pull up the thumbnail. That'd be fun. Let's see. Where are my FNT folks? Where they at? Where they at? Where's my FNT peeps? Oh my goodness. Open image and new tab. Yikesaurus, kids. This is from his younger days, I suspect. That's why I love Paul. Fearless human. There you go. Yikes. Should be a fun show, right? Should be a fun show. But the expectations for Little Mermaid aside, and I'll get to that poll in just a minute, looks like a lot of people are thinking it might open under. I thought that would equally split, y'all. But we'll have to see. Oh, it's this version? Holy cow, Ram Bam. That's no bueno. Disney's got to be flipping out. Yeah, the rippers are really fast. I bet you if you go and you find a torrent somewhere, we probably have the entire movie in 4K quality. That's just how good everybody is at that now. Is that good or bad? Not for me to judge. It's illegal. Darren Hughes for $10 says, Culture, your hair's getting long. When you cut it, we're not going to recognize you. We're going to say, who the heck is this guy running the 6-Minute Daily? Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody. Thank you, Darren Hughes. Yeah, donation probably will be this winter. I will, once again, have it filmed. I have a few more inches to go. I donate 7 inches minimum at a time. And the goal is to get it long enough so that when I cut off 7 inches, I don't look like Lord Farquaad. Because that while that's funny for y'all and Fat Steven and others, it is not good looking like a page from medieval times. No, thank you. But thank you, Darren Hughes, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate it. Here you go.
I see you have money. Want to take me on a date?
And once again, Darren Hughes, thanks for being a great mod as well. I appreciate it. Let's roast a Doomicorn and a War Eagle for Mexican Iron Man. There you go. I need to drop my membership to get these freebies. Okay. Well, I appreciate your membership. I appreciate all of you guys. You really make my day. In fact, there's a member chat here that just scrolled by me. There. Whoa. Wow. We got love this show. Wrenches and the chat. Thanks, says Hemorrhoid Hurts, and our great friend and very talented plumber, Mr. Buttcrack Media, who has a specialty commercial that he runs on WDW Pro's show. It's a form of advertising, which I laugh my booty off every time that runs. He gifted 5 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, Mr. Buttcrack Media. I love the best butt crack on YouTube. Indeed. I appreciate it. Wow, I'm going to run the high roller one. You're going to get more cheese. You guys want more cheese? Here's more cheese.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
I appreciate it. So very much. So very, very much. You're the best around. Nothing's ever gonna bring you down. Thank you, Mr. Buttcrack Media. I appreciate it. Execute order 66-minute daily. There you go. There were no silverware in medieval times. Would you like some more Pepsi? Zeno the Stoic. Eating with your hands is weird. Weird. Ooh, got plenty of cheese on my Cuban sandwich. This is so good. Sounds good. Now you maybe want to go watch old episodes of Pigs in Space. Yeah, so good. Cheese. I think I saw Morgan King in here. Morgan King ask me a question, sir. I really want to move on to the next subject, but you guys are really fun. There's Robert. What's up, Robert Kajek? Good to see you. Culture should get bangs. No. Bangs are a sign that you broke up with somebody or you've given up. Oh, I'm just kidding. Some ladies look good with bangs. I would look terrible with bangs. Yeah, Chado looks like a 70s SNL member. Well, he was in a comedy troupe. He's this guy has done everything. He makes I thought I had a diverse job history. This guy is job history. Culture donates 7 inches at a time. At least 7 inches. At least. Get it right. Thank you, Rob Altus. Oh, who loves you, pretty baby? Betty Page. There you go. Editing with hands is fine. Or eating with hands is fine. Just remember to wash them before. That's right. Wash your hands. I say that every day. Multiple times. Ha! Okay, sorry. All right. Would I ever consider getting pork chop sideburns? Well, sure. Why not? Sure. I would look like a trailer park guy, but it'd be fine. Nothing wrong with trailer park guys. Should be fun. All right. Let's move on to the next subject before I run out of time, because I know FNT will kick off on time today. We talked a little bit about this on Midnight's Edge in the morning, but I just want to point out that Disney will have another failure on its hands with this Elemental film. And to be fair, that's fine by me. Looks like early tracking is killing these things. The Flash is going to open to a soft 70 million, Elemental at 40 million, and these are supposedly summer tent poles. Not much tent to get in here. Let me tell you, June 16th, they open on the same day with massive competition and things that are going to be lingering from before that frame. This was terrible windowing again. Terrible windowing again. It's like they don't learn. They don't learn at all. And it first of all, Disney being woke has been around for now about 6-7 years, maybe 8 years now, fully woke. And they live on the ESG investment money, right? Artificially inflating their stock price. They would have gone down much farther when they were diving before had there been no safety net, because ESG right now is kind of a safety net. Puts them in a position to have a high, corporate social score, let's say. The long range forecast here, not bueno. So let's take a look. This is from our friends at Box Office Pro, usually pretty good. Spider-Man Across the Universe will be in theaters on the 2nd. They got a 95 to 130. It's been up 11%. I don't know why. I think that film's going to underperform, and I think it's going to do well below the 253 domestic that they're trying to insinuate that it'll make. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, for whatever reason, is projected lower than Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which again makes no sense. But it is up 9%, 46 million top end open, 103 million overall. Also, think these numbers are wrong, but I know internationally these films are much more popular. Nothing out of Asteroid City yet, but The Blackening, which opens on the 16th with Elemental, Flash, and Asteroid City. 13 million to 18 million. That's probably a decent chunk of change for a horror film. It'll finish its domestic run at 32 to 58 million. But here's Elemental, 31 to 41 million. 31 to 41 million. 31 to 41 million. This is Pixar. It's Pixar. 98. Hang on. Come here. It's not highlighting, but 98 to 167 million domestic. $98 million. What if it comes in lower than that? And you know who they put in charge of this film? The guy that's doing it, Mr. Son. Yeah, he did The Good Dinosaur, which was like one of the big animation flops. People liked the film, but it was a massive flop. Flash opening to 85 to 135. Yeesh. And I think these numbers are adjusted higher. No Hard Feelings follows up the next weekend. This comedy, this might actually be one of those, hidden in the rough things. We'll see. 13 million to 22 million opening weekend, 46 to 76 million domestic. We'll see if those numbers hold out. Box Office Pro usually does a pretty good job, but we'll see. The Blackening sounds like a porno. Well, it is a horror film featuring an all-black cast. And one of the running jokes is, only one of us dies first or something. We'll have to see. Sci-Fi for me TV says, CC, what if Disney is letting these projects fail on purpose to take some kind of write-off? I would have written them off before they made it to the screen or write down. I guess at that point, write-off. I don't know. There's no advantage in having flops. They're reputational damage. They're just adding to it. I think their reputation is more valuable than that, or it used to be, at least to most of the people at Disney. And Iger, up until recently, he's essentially cementing his legacy as a failure. I don't know. It's pretty bad. Hemorrhoid says it's an avalanche of shite. That's right. A tsunami of shite. Of shite, I say. That's right. That's right. A robot in two guys. Yeah. P10 Cat thinks Spider-Man is going to smash it. We'll see. The first film didn't have the kind of performance that you would suggest that it will. There was a lot of woke messaging in it. I'm not a big fan of the animation style. Stories is supposedly going to be lacking. It's hard to say. Is somebody talking about Uncle E? Ethan Van Sciver? Yeah, I'm mad about Header. It's not Pixar. It's not the one that any of us grew to know. There will be a lot of flushing sounds from theaters. Yeah. Tickets for The Flash went on sale this week. Probably the reason for the 4% adjustment downward. Yeah, the pre-sales are probably very poor on this, Victor. I know you and I keep track of that stuff, but pre-sales have been looking rough for a lot of these films. So one of the things that Bamagrad brought up earlier is pre-sales indicate fans purchasing things. Those fans will push word of mouth if they receive something well. You kind of understand the marketplace if you look at what pre-sales are, to be fair. Friday Night Tights with Gary the Boomer Nude Roddick hosting the show, starting on time. You give Mr. Buchler way too much respect. And besides, it wouldn't feel like FNT if it didn't start 30 minutes late. Yeah. Hey, I'm looking forward to Dallas. We're doing the meetup there, and you're going to be able to hang out with most of the comics crew as well. We have our own booth set up and everything else. It'll be a good time. Very much looking forward to that. Truly. But yeah, you'll be able to, the meetup will be there. We're actually probably going to do Thursday night throwdown from the Dallas meetup location. So that'll be fun, right? Yeah, I don't think Keaton's going to save the flush. I think it's going to be bad. Iger's definitely more concerned about something other than the company's legacy. I think he's trying to protect things that are in the background that have been hidden for a long time. And they're slowly getting closer and closer to exposure. But it is what it is. It is a full woke film. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I was asked to see it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not paying for that. It's not. Al B. Corky. That's a cool name. You mean Miles Morales? Yes. Boy, that really triggers him, doesn't it? Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Peter Parker is Spider-Man. True story. Now, if Ezra teamed up with Adam West, then maybe. That'd be hard to do. We lost Adam West a few years ago, I believe. Gary's never late. He just resets the start time. That's right. No, Wizard arrives exactly when they mean. Paranoid Andro says, I don't like that they are making Spider-Verse sequel. First one had a complete story. I liked it, especially the older Spider-Man. Yeah, a lot of people really did enjoy that Across the Spider-Verse thing. Or what was the first one called? Anyway, it is what it is. But we need to dive into the last subject matter, folks, and I hate to do that because we're having a good conversation. But let's start where all good things start, at the beginning. I did a video yesterday. It's well worth your viewership because, well, it has different information than what I'm about to present to you about Target and the fact that Target has lost $9 billion in a week. Now, I'm going to be fair and give you context. Are you ready? They didn't lose $9 billion this week just because of the LGBTQ stuff, because of the boycott, because of whatever things are being stated out there. That's not the only reason. They're losing these market cap value because they announced that they will be losing $1.3 billion due to theft alone this year. Of course, that feeds into this, the political support that they throw behind organizations that essentially create crime-ridden cities and environments and societies. But at the same time, that's a lot of money. It's nearly inexcusable. Now, did they do a lot of very dumb things, like partnering with a Satanist for design stuff? Yeah. Apar Bellum should have been something that they'd done a little bit of research into, especially for the pin that's on the screen here, which is homophobe headrest, which is a guillotine. Talk about inclusive. Anyway, so they lost $9 billion since the angry social media, blah, 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 blah. You can craft these stories in any way you want to. But they did fall, and they're continuing to fall. And since introducing this year's collection, and this is where they start to lie, we've experienced threats to impacting our team's sense of safety and well-being at work. Really? Threats. A threat would be somebody asking a manager why you have these deeply disturbing outfits appear, and why are they targeted at children? And they've gone on to claim, and it's a lie, that they've moved all this stuff to the back. Well, they did in some southern stores, true. They did shrink the size of things. They have removed some items. That's also true, which, of course, Governor Gruesome Goodhair actually was really upset about. He likes to have, Satan promoting stuff up front. He likes to have, kids tuckable underwear or swimsuits. But that's not the thing. It's not the entire thing. And the problem is we no longer have news and information that we can rely on because it's often skewed or slanted, I should say skewed, not skewered, skewed or slanted in a particular direction. Because there's motivations that have nothing to do with the actual information, which is why I try to boil it down in a different way. Am I thrilled about these kinds of things being offered in general? No. You have CNN running cover for Target in the weirdest way possible, CNN Business, by sending one of their analysis people out there to do an opinion piece, which I picked up yesterday. Target's being held hostage by an anti-LGBTQ campaign. No, actually, it's more of an anti-woke campaign, or a concerned citizen campaign, or a bunch of moms who are really tired of this stuff being pushed on their kids. Again, there's a lot of ways to craft this headline. it's crafted in a particular way. The yellow journalism is alive and well, and it's pretty much everywhere you would expect it to be. So you have during Pride Month in June for the past decade. Oh, mind you, it's still not June yet. Today, I believe, is May 26th. We're not there yet. Wait until we get there. It's going to get worse. And what I mean is the protests, not. I have no trouble with LGBTQ merchandise. I just have difficulty with the places it's being promoted and the things it's promoting. That's an entirely different conversation. But Target sold merchandise for LGBTQ customers, employees, and allies. Of course they have. Everybody has. It's been around for a long time. And here's the weirdest thing. It was accepted way back, like before I entered and exited high school. None of this was divisive at all. But things changed because of what was being promoted. Because what wasn't equality being promoted anymore. Also, it's out of hand, but we'll keep going. Target faced an anti-LGBTQ campaign that went viral on social media. Well, why? It's fueled by far-right personalities. I'm not a far-right personality. I'm covering this in the most fair way possible. Many of the people I know are doing the same. We're just highlighting what these things are, why they're being done, and who's pushing them on people. Believe it or not, it's not the gay and lesbian population. It's not anybody affiliated with most of those letters. It's actually done by corporations. It's done by two large investment firms, fund managers, whatever you want to call them. And they're doing it in service of social engineering. But this person can't even fairly cover this. You're in a position now where this company, he's claiming, is being held hostage. No, they're not. Just return to family values. You can still have Pride merchandise. That's not what this is. And that's the problem. And this is annoying. Safeguard. Where are the threats? If somebody's yelling at somebody, it happens all the time. Believe me. You have people yelling at cashiers in stores all the time. It's usually the other direction for, you're being yelled out, being called a cis person or called out for whiteness or whatever. I mean, I've never experienced that, but there are plenty of videos to the effect that you can see. But if yelling is going the other direction, then it's a real problem. No, I would say it's a problem both ways. Right? Just treat the other human being with, respect and tell them, look, I don't like this. By the way, the far right in this situation, thank you, Jason, for saying that. The far right in this situation is anybody who doesn't agree with them. That's the far right. Well, what if you're a Democrat mom that doesn't want to explain this to their 4-year-old? What if you see a garment like this that's clearly pushing a directed agenda for binding on a 1-year-old onesie? And having labeling and tags that suggest that, some 6-month-old or toddler of some sort has some kind of an identity issue at that age. I don't curse on my show. That almost got an FU. This is really funny. Meeting demand. There's zero demand. I know it's more than zero, but it's very small. And, here we are with the Wharton School again. Yeah, they have real great track record right now. That's where the Alyssa Heinerschneid came from over at Bud Light. So they're doing really well. So about 7% of Americans identified as LGBTQ. Well, here's the majority of them, LGB. To me, the B just means you can't make up your mind, and that's fine. L and G, at least you know what you're after, right? These two things, way lower percentage. And the weirdest thing is it's up from 3.5%. Somebody has to ask how in a decade those numbers shifted. Some people have suggested social contagion. I'm not able to comment on that. Some people suggest, different types of drugs in the water and things, pharmaceuticals. Perhaps. Some people would suggest that there are people being told they're one thing when maybe they're not. I don't know. I don't usually get into politics on this channel. But this particular designer, Eric Carnell, he designs merchandise with images of horn skulls and symbols of Satan. Wow, that's incredibly disingenuous, the way this is being reported. I showed you the pin a minute ago. Satan respects pronouns. That's a t-shirt that he made. That was in my video. But Target has literally made themselves a target, which is why that I put that together the way that I did. And, Target can't win. You put yourself in these positions, you bow down to ESG and CEI. That's the index run by the Human Rights Campaign, which is a militant, terrible organization that is 100% pushing this stuff. The Corporate Equity Index, or whatever the hell. Yeah, it's all in service of DIE. DIE is CEI and ESG. You will DIE because you get put in a situation like this. Target giving in to conservative pressure on pride is not a great sign. Well, this is coming from Vox, and I expect this kind of garbage and slant coming out of there. This won't be an entity in 18 months. They are going to fold. But companies have been embracing pride for years. No argument there. Why is this year hitting different? It's pretty easy to spot. And if you can't, as a journalist, a thoughtful person, suss it out, you're in the wrong business. This is not true. Anti-trans sentiment is sweeping much of America right now. People are fighting back against militants and radicals threatening and committing violence. People are reacting to the fact that they feel like this is coming at them from all directions outside of what their values are. They've been under attack for years. Pretty easy to define. Pretty easy to suss out. The biggest problem of all is that nobody wants to talk about the real issues. They just don't. They just don't. And it's not like Target isn't up and down all the time. They're influenced in the same ways every other corporation is. And they're all stuck over a barrel of what's happening. And then they try to find a way to take advantage of it because everybody's a wallet to corporations, which is fine. But things are quite different. And I just want to cover things as fairly as possible. And, the 9 billion or 10 billion or 11 billion or whatever it is now that Target's been run down isn't all this, but it is part of this. It is what it is. Anyway, sorry. I always feel like when I talk about serious stories like this, I'm ranting, and I don't like that. It's why I like to have a conversation with somebody else. This is my solo show, so my conversation is with you. So let's highlight what you have to think, because I think I surprised some people. I did. Hey, what's up there, Squirrel Lords Gaming? Good to see you. Yeah, I think I surprised some people here. Yeah, the Marxists are using these companies to get their propaganda out. Yeah, it's neo-Marxism. I mean, the boot heel of ESG is coming down at you from the likes of Larry Fink over at BlackRock. And I'm gonna give you a little preview. You're gonna have to watch both of the Midnight's Edge videos on ESG and everything that they've just covered on that subject matter. I think they're going to be working on some more. So just keep tuned in. So would someone tell management at Target that the goal of the operation is to sell products? Targeting 1%, if that, and offending 50% seems unwise. You think like I do, MTac Shark. I'm like, why are you alienating these giant chunks of humanity? There's no reason to do that. I know gay people. I know I have friends that are lesbians. I mean, I don't use that as my shield. I know a lot of people will point that out, but none of this stuff is ever on their mind. It's never a point of conversation whenever we're out. I'm always intrigued by the latest adventures that a couple of my friends have. They're just people. And if they go into a store and it doesn't have this stuff and it isn't shilling to them, they aren't offended, nor do they care. And I agree with Mrs. Flu, Mrs. Toxic Man Flu. Rainbows are for everybody. Anyway. You came from Nina's Infinity Hope podcast to my, Death and Destruction podcast. Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah. I had to go into Target yesterday. Pride Rock was immediately near the entrance. Yep. And it's only in the southern states that they've really moved them down. They were panicking. There are emergency meetings. There's emails leaked. And I didn't grab all of those. And I could have, probably should have, just so I could have them for archival reasons. Because that stuff tends to get disappeared, stealth edited, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, look, this is the other problem I have with all these things. It's like the Cordova guy over at Rings of Power. If you're being threatened, you better have some receipts. And I'm not just talking about one or two that can't be sourced out because they're probably done by somebody who created a burner account that maybe you know. And it's bad that I think that way, but I do. Because I'm cynical, because people have made me cynical. You have juicy sommeliers everywhere. Right? That's why people boo Bubba Wallace all the time. Race baiting scammer. Fraudster. Felon. And they go all along with this, Rob Altus, because they need money. Again, I'm going to point you at Andre's video. Andre's video on ESG is one of the best things I've ever seen on Midnight's Edge. He knows of what he speaks. Yeah, the stock is dropping, Southern Belle, and I knew you'd be tracking that just like I am. Good to see you, dear. They need that stuff. And, I can't say this out loud, Sodzilla, but that's actually what's happening. And even and now that the autopsy report came out about, he should be not named Floyd, serious question into what's going on with that. Because a certain group of people will canonize things or report them strongly, even when it's not true. And this is true. Anything to the right of Mao is considered far right. Indeed. What happened to the customer is always right? Well, when you're social engineering, you can't allow for that. You have to attack the customer and force their change. It's Marxism. Why isn't Antifa attacking this stuff? Why isn't Antifa going after BlackRock? You anti-fascist? Really? Let me point them out to you, because you work for them. And Darren's right. We were 14, I think, well, maybe less likes from 100. But if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, please do. I appreciate it. HRC equals Open Society equals Mr. S. Yeah. Mr. Scratch. Yeah. I'm against all extremists, Christopher Dominguez. All of them. Either side. I hate it. 6 sends me a super sticker. Thank you, 6. You are glorious. Look at all these wonderful humans. I think Bamagrad sent me something too. 6 sent me a $10 super pair. My goodness, 6. Thank you so very much. It's very, very generous. I'm going to send you this one.
Words cannot express the gratitude that comes from culture towards you on this day. Or they can, but, it's just one of those things you say. Thanks.
Thank you, 6. You're amazing. You're amazing. Wait. Bamagrad came up with a better suggestion. Thank you, Bamagrad. I hope you're still here for $5 saying, hey, Mike, here's a better show. Culture as a globe-trotting professional escape artist spy that risks death each week to complete his assignment. Ooh, I like that. It kind of feels like The Saint, right? That was one of my favorite rerun shows from the UK, right? With Roger Moore. That's how Roger Moore became Bond, I believe, was with The Saint. Good show. Then they made a movie about it with another one of my favorite actors, Val Kilmer, and it featured a really hot chick. You should go and watch that if you haven't seen it. It's very fun. Of course, he's not British, but he does a lot of different voices and accents. Don't tell me Val Kilmer wasn't incredibly talented. He really was. Thank you, Bamagrad. I do appreciate it. You are amazing, my friend. You truly, truly are. Here's Punk Waddle. Yeah, we're like I said, we're all kind of talking about this. We're all taking different angles. And once again, thank you, Bamagrad, for the super chat. But we're all taking different angles at this. And I really don't like to talk politics on my channel, but they're so entwined with culture nowadays. It's so entwined with everything that you see, every advertisement that you're subjected to. You know, it's just for fun, and this is going to sound racist. It's not. Count the number of white people in commercials just for fun. Just for fun. Does it bother me? Nah. But just count them. 6 points out that Script and Andre were talking about ESG for 30 minutes after the show today. Yeah, some of the behind-the-scenes conversations are amazing. Amazing. Yeah, the next Midnight's Edge video on it is going to be fire. You have no idea the stuff that 6 is digging out and the stuff that Andre has access to and the conversations behind the scenes. It's truly, it will be enlightening. It's one of those things. Yeah. Smilek says we can't talk about super dudes every day. Now, super dude. I love you guys. Yeah, I guess you need credit when you can't sell stuff. Yeah, and they're going to need it. If they keep going down this rabbit hole, Delu, you're going to have companies failing outright. Target if they keep going down this path, they could be in huge trouble. They're a giant retailer. I think they're in the top 5 or 7 in the globe. You can't lose billions of dollars to theft, which you're supporting, by the way, because you keep putting these crazy radicals in office with the help of course, the George Soroses of the world. But then you bend the knee of the likes of Larry Fink and the things he represents. No. You end up in the hole. Disney's dealing with that right now. Sounds like communism, huh? Something like that. Why is there a pic of you and a shirtless Walton out there? Probably because of you, Parrot Head. I love you. Good to see you, my friend. Rational thinking and action. Yep. Yeah. I need better sources. Okay. You have pretty good sources, my friend. Culture, if only someone could teach you to escape from Windows. Well, that would be Mike. My Mexican Iron Man is the greatest escape artist I've ever seen. And he knows that he has to start his trick whenever he hears the words, "Honey, I'm home." And that dude is just right out the window. right out the window. I wish we were having Loki's late night stream tonight, which is being preempted this week, so it won't be there. But if we did, I would encourage Loki to play many of the clips that he has of Mike just using the window as another exit. He's brilliant at it. It's amazing. Wonderful. Kmart was great, right? 6. They still have, I think they still have some. Because, yeah, Black Saber, I think, but I don't think they're widespread. And they may not be owned by the corporation anymore. I don't know. So I hear the Cali pot crop is in trouble. Well, I don't know. Can't speak to that. Turo, what's up? I left multi-part chat on Rumble. Oh, okay. I'll check it out. No need for you to read it out loud. Just didn't want to put it here. Just did. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, Culture. There's a money guy I've been watching and talking with, the same high-level person with a major corp. He is saying that a large entity has been buying large shares in key companies. Yes. True story. This is true. You can see it. If you go to Market Beat, you can actually look at institutional holders for any corporation, and then because of the SEC filings required to buy large chunks of stock, you'll actually be able to identify who these companies are. I do that all the time. It would be boring as a whale poo for me to put it on my channel, but it's something that I do just to stay informed. So, yeah, they force companies to comply or have their stock intentionally sold off to tank it. Yeah, it happens all the time. That's what happened to Musk. That's why Tesla's been artificially punished. Consider this. Bill Gates held a short position in Tesla for a long, long time, months and months and months, trying to bring him down. These guys don't like each other. And I wouldn't trust Microsoft at all. I certainly don't trust Gates. Gates is a criminal. And yeah, they're basically holding them captive. You're 100% right. Thank you, Turo. Excellent. But no, I mean, that's happening to get forced compliance. And I have a feeling you'll get to see something to that effect in the Midnight's Edge video. Aluvriani Makara is here. Greetings, dear. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you're not dead. And thank you for sending me some updated sales data. I caught it. I think I'm going to need to work with you a little bit so I can get a video out there about it, because I think it's about time to point out just how badly the ball's been fumbled when it comes to Star Trek and many other things. So I appreciate that. I do. Apparently, Spriyanka decided to use my stream to promote on. All right. Why have they turned on BG? I don't know. Tina, yeah, it's billionaires. Billionaires are actually the ones that are ruining your life. Millionaires are helping. Your politicians are helping more. I mean, if you make $325,000 a year or whatever as a senator or as a representative in the House or Congress, how did you go from, your doctor practice, which makes you $120,000 a year after insurance and everything else that you need? How'd you go from that to $9 million in a couple of years? How'd that happen? Yep. Tesla stock was at $416 at one time. Now it's under $200. Yep. But here's the thing. The value is in that stock. There's a lot of value in that stock. And Tesla's taken the game global. And everybody else is playing catch up, and they're not going to. Ford and GM are struggling in the electrical vehicle category, and everybody else is well behind them. And Tesla now is allowing, or will be allowing, Ford electric vehicle customers to utilize their charging stations. Why? Because Ford can't afford to put the infrastructure in place to have those charging stations anywhere. And yet Musk just keeps moving forward. There will be a point in time where Musk could theoretically have Tesla acquire Chevy, GM. It's possible. It's funny how politicians quickly become millionaires. There you go. Oh, no, you're fine, Tina. I wasn't pointing that out. But yeah, you're 100% right. But it changed. Yeah. No, you're right, Tina. Indeed. The elites do think that we're plebs. I'm not. You're not. There's a lot of us. Do you know how they want to try to protect themselves? By reducing the population. Because the carbon they want to reduce is you. Let's just say that Picard Season 3 and I Failed Astrophysics Season 2 are not moving any merch at all. So that equals abject failure. I agree. And with that, I'm at the point now where I have to start wrapping up because FNT, I believe, has started. And, I watch them. I watch everybody. I even watch myself sometimes. So, yeah. I think Little Mermaid's going to flop. I think a lot of you think the same thing. And they're live over on FNT. So I will let you guys go. Y'all are very incredible. Please get me the 2 last likes that I need for 100. It really does help. For those of you who watched all the way through on Twitter, thank you. You have infinite patience. For those of you on Rumble, thank you. And if you're watching the replay on Odyssey, thanks. I wish I could have got it to work live. I really appreciate you all. I really do. I really do. I hope you guys have an incredible weekend. Enjoy this long weekend, of course, but remember what it's for. It's Memorial Weekend. To thank those and honor those that lost their lives in pursuit and defense of freedom. Without them, things would be very different. And that's it. Gotta run the credits. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Be seated. This time, we're landing in about 1 minute.